So I'm trying to figure out how to place this. Will this stay? We're gonna work with it. All right. So, welcome back. YouTube, this video is for educational and entertainment purposes only. So, it definitely makes me wonder and look at life differently. You know, what happens when these people, go home? Are they just off in the astrals behind closed doors? Because I really do not believe, especially after the experiences that I've had here at this house, in the spiritual as well as in the astrals, that they're just Jay chilling in their home like my brother and I Jay chill in our home when we were together or when we were at the parents' house. I don't believe that's what's going on 24/7, especially because of all the crazy stuff. Let me not even say crazy, but just all of the spiritual experiences that I have had. I do not believe people are just in their house twiddling their thumbs on a sunny day, on a cloudy day, which right now there is so much cloud. There is so much cloud coverage, y'all. The sun isn't out, but I'm grateful that I got some sunlight already, and that I got some sunlight. I got a healthy amount yesterday. Oh my gosh. But it just makes me, wonder. And being in this house, there's been a few times where people's vehicles will be parked at the house. But I've checked, when I was in my room or in the room that I'm staying in, like if there was someone in the room next to me, if the guy was there, we'll just call him Ted. And Ted was not in his room. So I then assumed that, Joe downstairs was not in his room. But I definitely knew Ted was not in his room because I looked and I saw Ted was not there. So I then walked into the kitchen and I was making some food. And I started hearing, someone, it was like someone was taking a fork to a pan. In the TV room, like right next to me, and there's not a wall. So I was like, what the hell? And it was very specific, like that sound. Like someone literally just grabbed some utilities, not utilities, oh my gosh. Some kitchenware and was just messing it up. So I then ran around the corner and I didn't see anyone. And I just thought, that's weird. Very weird. And I then, felt uncomfortable. I definitely released some fear from my body in that moment, just because I was like, what is going on? And then the strange thing, I'm gonna try not to twist that on camera, is that after that happened, Joe came upstairs from his room, and then Ted came right out of his room. And I'm thinking, I know on God, I didn't just walk by Ted's room, check to see if Ted's body was in there, for Ted to then just walk out his room. And I'm just, obviously I would be able to see if Ted was in there or not, and he wasn't. At least I didn't see his physical body, I'll say that. But then he just walked out, and the door was still open. Mind you, it's not like they pulled up in their vehicles and then came from the front or the back, but stuff like that hasn't happened too much, but there has been other experiences where someone else is living there, was staying there, and it was just the two of us in the house. And I wasn't taking a nap, but I was watching a video on Lemuria and ancient Lemuria and how stuff is returning to how we were moving during those days. And for those who are an ancient Lemurian starseed, I just enjoyed those videos, so came across it, watched it, was lying on the bed and I wasn't sleeping, but I had my eyes closed. And all of a sudden, this person who's in the room right next to me was there that day, starts making noise, opens the door, starts making noise in the kitchen. All of a sudden, the door does not even open, y'all. The door does not even open to go outside, right? To literally go outside, does not use the front door. This person is in the garage. The walls are so thin in that house, it is impossible not to hear the steps going down the second level to get to the door to then be in the garage. The person is in the garage. How do you go from being in the kitchen to immediately being in the garage? And I knew that they were in the garage because I heard the dryer. They switched out the dryers. The one that was there got switched, and now there's a whole new dryer. But the old one's still in the garage. So I'm now sitting there thinking, what? How did you do that quickly without even using the goddamn stairs? Or without going outside and then gaining access to the garage from the outside, right? So that happened, and then was making noise down there and all that stuff, and I just thought, bizarre. And then there was an experience with the neighbor where he was talking to me. We were talking about how nice of a day it was. And then he went around the corner, the side of the house, because both of our houses, it's like this side and then his side. And he went to the side of the house. And, you know, I immediately went back over there just to see. And he was gone. And I would have heard the gate to our side being opened if he chose to enter into our side of the property, or I would have heard his gate. Matter of fact, I don't even think that he has a gate on his side, but there's a little flower bed on that side. So there's not an exit point. Where did he go? Where did he go, and then what was done for there to then be a bunch of cloud coverage, you know, in that moment? Or I should say, like, pretty immediately after he disappeared. Clouds then started coming and forming, and I know that is not a coincidence. I suspect that those who are not currently enslaved, because one reason we're enslaved, if you read the book, you know, the occult definitions of magic and words, and then look into that, you are legally, and I use the quotes because everything is just an illusion, but legally considered a corporation and dead and lost at sea if your birth mother and birth father do not record the time of your birth once you choose to arrive on this realm as a spiritual being having a temporary human-bodied experience. So that's the justification behind those who have the power saying, oh yeah, it's legal and it's maybe not fair, but we told the truth. Y'all didn't tell shit. I mean, this truth came out, I'll say for me, coming across it in 2021. Where was it before? Where's the information for how to then nullify our birth certificate and us reclaim that power? Where's that information? But anyway, I'm adding this in there because I do believe them then saying that they have agency over us, even though we did not consent to that treatment, because we were babies and we weren't verbally speaking, we were more telepathic before they injected us and then started programming our minds, that we had full autonomy in the way that they do of being able to, however it is being done, pop up into the astrals and then pop down in a different location, where if you were to move to that location strictly in the physical, it would have taken more time to do so because it's too great of a distance. Even if you were running, you would not have gotten there that quick. So part 2 of just piecing together reality. And the reality that we are living in and slowly moving more into. Because when I walked around the corner that day of me not seeing this person, and the sound stopped right there, you know, when I popped my head out. But it's definitely not some random spirit. It is the people that I am in the house with who, you know, some are 63 beings, and one of them definitely has carbon in their skin. I do believe is a fallen angel and would specifically be categorized as a Nephilim. You know, these were some of the children of the Watchers, who are carbonated beings, fully carbonated beings, who had sex with these human being women who are Caucasian, that then gave birth to some of these giants, who I'm not going to say it was all of them, but a fair amount caused chaos. And they have carbon in their skin. Still got animal DNA as well because of the mixing of the 63 human being parent. But yeah, I'm adding that in there because it's not like there's only one specific group that can do this. It's all of those who are not currently enslaved. I have every reason to believe. Because for it to be the random neighbor, for it to then be some of the people that I'm living with, for it to then be some of the people when I was working at Target, you know, and for them to not all physically fall under being, let's say, Caucasian 63 being, or a Nephilim, or a Watcher, or let's say one of the angels who fell and was punished and became reptilian. It's all different, but they're all beings that did not have their what's the word I'm looking for? Like, what happened with us with our birth certificates did not happen to them. So they have control and full autonomy over their physical and spiritual bodies. And ever since, 2021, this energy has been, I believe, really pooling in where we are being more affected and questioning, what was that? What is going on? In the spiritual, in the dream world, or here in the physical. So those experiences right there definitely have further made me question the reality that I am experiencing and how they just pop up into the astrals, and then they pop down. And relating to I think I'll make a different part speaking about Matrix as well. So I just want to make this video pondering my thoughts on what is this Matrix when they're able to just pop up, pop down, and what is really going on. I want to send peace, courage, protection, and divine cosmic love to all of you who are remembering your divinity and remembering who you are.